you really have to know how to communicate what you want, okay? Instead of saying you do not do this, say I would appreciate if you were doing this and this more often, because ukisema hivyo, they won't take it like you're complaining, you know. Put it like a statement in a good way, in a very respectable manner, okay? Usi shout. No one wants to be shouted at. If you have done something wrong, you should learn how to apologize. I know watu wanasemanga, oh, afadhali muniue, siwezi apologize, siwezi ambia mtu pole mimi. Utakaa single. Hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. Welcome to yet another episode of Life at the Moment podcast, and I'm your host, Wanjiku Mungai. Guys, welcome to this new episode of the podcast. And if it's your first time here, karibu sana. And if you're a repeat viewer, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the support that you've shown me since I came back this year. The support has been so massive. I really appreciate each and every viewer and each and every subscriber, yeah? And I'm hoping that by the end of this, maybe 2 months, I'm going to be able to reach maybe 500 subscribers. I will be so delighted if I get there, yeah? So please continue supporting me. Thanks to everyone who has been sharing the link on their statuses. I see you guys and I really do appreciate you, yeah? So guys, today we have a very interesting topic. If you know me so well, you know I like talking about relationships because I feel like if we form good and healthy relationships, then life is going to be much better that way, yeah? So there's someone who asked me, actually a friend of mine, she's the one who made me want to talk about this topic today. So they asked me, Wanjiku, now that you've been in a relationship for 3 years now, you're almost getting married, you know, what have you been doing correct? What is it that you've been doing? Well, guys, I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not even an expert in my own relationship, yeah? Yeah, I'm just trying, because at the end of the day, relationships have to be very intentional. I've been very intentional in my relationship, and I think that's why it's working. And I also think my partner has been, giving his best, yeah? So I think it's really good to know that at the end of the day, for a relationship to work, people have to be very extremely intentional, yeah? So what are some of the tips that you can use to form good relationships, healthy one? No one wants to be in a toxic relationship. So what are some of the tips that I've used that have worked for me? And I know most likely they've worked for other people as well, yeah? So what are some of these good things that you can do in a relationship to make it work? Or what are some of the habits that you can have to make the relationship that you're in work, okay? So grab a pen and paper. This applies to both ladies and gentlemen. So leo tuko shule, so grab your pen, a paper, and a stool or a chair so that we can dive into this, okay? Yeah, so the first thing, before you even try to make a relationship work, guys, you have to get into a relationship when you're ready. I usually see many people getting into relationships because they are lonely. I mean, okay, it's bad to be lonely. I've been there before. But don't get into a commitment just because of loneliness. Yeah, get friends, talk to someone. You're supposed to get into a relationship when you're ready for a commitment. If you're ready to commit to one person alone. I don't know, guys, if you saw the last season of Love is Blind, yeah? There were some people walikuwa naulizwa, so why are you here? Are you here because you want to get married? Are you here just for the fame? There's people enter into relationships for different reasons, yeah? So only enter into a relationship if you're ready for a commitment, yeah? Yeah, if it's an exclusive relationship that you want, yeah? So that's one. And also, once you enter into a relationship when you're ready, you need to form very clear communication lines, yeah? You know, people prefer to communicate differently. People prefer maybe to chat, to text, one-on-one. Please make sure that you know what your partner likes, how they like to communicate. And also you have to be very respectful, yeah, and very honest when it comes to communication. Nobody is a mind reader. I keep on saying this, guys. You have to communicate what you want. You have to communicate your needs. You have to communicate your boundaries. I mean, communication is like one of the strongest pillar of any healthy relationship, yeah? Many people will tell you this, okay? Yeah, so don't assume your partner is a mind reader. You know, it's better you say what you want than kukasirikia mtu wako just because you wanted to be taken out and you didn't say you wanted to be taken out. You wanted a gift for Valentine's. You did not say, you know. I think one thing that we've always communicated with my partner is the gift that we want, yeah? Because we believe in very thoughtful gifting. Don't just gift someone to gift, yeah? So you have to really communicate what you want, yeah? And you have to be, as I said, you have to be very respectful and you have to know how to talk to your person, okay? Let's say you're raising a grievance. Usiseme, hufanyangi hii, hunifanyangi hii. You really have to know how to communicate what you want, okay? Instead of saying you do not do this, say I would appreciate if you were doing this and this more often, because ukisema hivyo, they won't take it like you're complaining, you know. Put it like a statement in a good way, in a very respectable manner, okay? Usi shout. No one wants to be shouted at. And also, in terms of communication, guys, there's this thing called ghosting. Let me ask you guys, I mean, kwani sisi ni watoto? Ama why would you ghost someone? I don't understand. Okay, ghosting, maybe for the people who don't know, is cutting off communication with someone. Guys, let me tell you, I used to have an ex who would do that, yeah? Like, atakukosea na akughost. Ukisema umekosewa na akughost. I feel like ghosting is a very immature way of handling conflicts. Yeah, so you should always ensure that you talk. Okay, don't avoid conflicts. I mean, talk about those tough conversations, yeah? Talk about boundaries, how you want to resolve conflicts. Communication is very important, guys. I mean, you can let me know in the comment section. Are you a good communicator? Do you believe in proper communication in relationships? Because for me, I do, and it has really worked for me, okay? Yeah, so once you've communicated well, once you've set your boundaries and everything, you have to know how to fight better. What do I mean by fighting better? Well, by fighting better, I mean you have to avoid being defensive, pointing fingers, blame game. You have to avoid that. If you have done something wrong, you should learn how to apologize. I know watu wanasemanga, oh, afadhali muniue, siwezi apologize, siwezi ambia mtu pole mimi, utakaa single. Yeah, so if you have wronged your person, learn to say pole. It will save you a lot of problems, yeah? And it takes just a text, a good text. Just say sorry, it will not happen again, and ensure it does not happen again, yeah? Because actions speak louder than words at the end of the day. So you have to learn how to fight better, avoid being defensive. If you've done a mistake, own it up and say, yeah, I've wronged. I know I should have done better, and moving forward, I'm actually going to be doing better. Yes, so you have to learn how to fight better. And the last thing, guys, always remember your partner needs and strive to fulfill the needs. Guys, I don't know if you know about love languages. Well, there's some people who prefer physical touch. There's some people who prefer being gifted. There are other people who prefer quality time, like myself. I'm such a sucker of quality time, you know, just that alone time, no phones, no TV, no whatever. Okay, well, you can watch a movie. That's quality time. But, you know, just some time alone with no distractions. You have to know how your partner likes being loved, yeah? So there's some people who prefer acts of service. You know, that's like helping your partner do a certain chore. just learn how to, how to impress your person, okay? Don't forget their needs, and you have to be very attentive and very intentional. Yeah, listen to your partner when they're communicating their needs. Don't feel like they're bothering you. Yeah, if you want a healthy relationship, you have to know how to listen to your partner's needs and always try and make some time to fulfill them. Yeah, and after all this said and done, guys, you have to bond over what brought you together. Yeah, like for example, me and my person, we really bonded when we were in our talking stages and whatever, those early stages. We really bonded over road trips. So don't forget what brought you together. If you want to continue maintaining that relationship in a healthy manner, you have to always bond over what brought you together. For example, quality time, for example, board games, for example, road trips, cooking together, just enjoying each other, going for shopping together, driving together to work. Continue bonding over what brought you together, because life is such a bustle and a hustle. If you forget to give time to your partner, a relationship, even a marriage, inaweza kuwa kama nyinyi ni roommates, there's no intimacy, there's no romance. Do not forget what brought you together. And maybe one last thing that has worked for us, me and my partner, we always make our goals together. I know we have our own individual goals, personal goals, career goals, but we also try to have goals together. Like maybe we are planning for a trip to probably Europe, we are planning for a certain project together. Just always try to have goals together that you're working towards. I remember Benjamin Zulu saying, relationships are boring kama hakuna kitu mnafanya pamoja, like if you're not saving towards a common project together. So one of the ways to keep the fire burning is to actually work towards a common goal together. Yeah, and after all is said and done, you also have to support your partner's goals and dreams. You have to be their number one cheerleader. Yeah, so that you can keep the fire burning. I love seeing young couples in love. I love seeing young people getting married. Yeah, so you can also let me know, what is it that you're doing in your relationship to keep the fire burning? Are you bonding over the things that brought you together? What is it that you're doing, so that we can learn from each other? Yeah, so that at the end of the day, our relationship can work towards the long term. So guys, thanks for watching this episode. You can let me know, how did you find this episode? Are these tips that you can actually put into work? Are they practical? Are they already working for you? You can let me know. And I would also want to learn from you what I can do in addition to what I'm doing already to make my relationship work. And guys, that's the end of this episode. You can let me know your thoughts on the episode. And also guys, please continue following me at Wanjiku _Mungai on Instagram and on TikTok, and at Life at the Moment podcast. Yeah, and also let me know, which other topics about relationships would you want me to talk about? And that's the end of today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And until the next time that we meet, it's goodbye for now. Bye.